I know this may seem crazy, but this mullet right here has been a very, very trendy haircut for at least the last 2 years, okay? Yes, they've been around for quite some time back in the 80s, but now it's a much more modern type of look, as you can see through here. We've got, an undercut type of mullet. So what I want to talk to you about today is where should you have that disconnection, okay? Because that is very, very, very important. You have all this hair that's usually really, really short, and then at what point do you make this longer? Do you start the mullet? And I know if there are people who watch my videos or people who cut their hair at home, all these tips are very helpful, even if it's like a small little detail, okay? So usually it depends on, how extreme or how long you want the mullet to be. But traditionally, there's something called the division point, which separates the front from the back, okay? It's like literally like the point that's right in through here. And on a mannequin, for a different mannequin, for example, let's just take this mannequin. Even though this has an undercut, still, what I want to show you is that you can find that division point simply by just tapping on the head like this, on your head, okay? You comb the hair all down, and then when you tap the hair is gonna wanna naturally split, okay? And usually it splits right in the area of where it separates. It's the same thing if you're trying to find your natural part. You bring your hair back, you push forward, and the hair splits. Same thing like this, right? You can push the hair up even if you want and push down, and what's gonna happen is the hair, you'll see it, it's gonna like separate, and you're gonna be like, oh my God. Usually, why that happens is because the way the hair pattern grows changes up a bit. Your best bet is to go and, go with the natural flow, right? Go with the flow. So what that means is when you have the natural parting and you create anything, whether it's the side, the top, whatever it is, disconnection, that means it's going to lay the best naturally, okay? It's gonna fall straight down this way. It's not gonna fall forward. It's not gonna be, going back the opposite way. It's literally gonna fall straight down where it should. So if this was the division point, that means I should start the mullet right at this point. So all of this hair is gonna come down and cover all of this, okay? So going back to the mannequin that we had before, where you could see, now this may be a bit extreme, okay? Because I use this as a mannequin for a haircut I did in yesterday's video. So I was showing how to do like haircut and undercut mistakes, which definitely you should check out. I mean, this one we went way too high. This is cool, excuse me, if you're trying to do like a mohawk type of mullet. I mean, you could wear this, sure. But the thing is I went pretty far back this way as a demonstration. Now, if you don't go far back enough and you do it only like to the top of the ear, you're gonna have all this hair kind of coming over and being like, you're gonna feel like it's way too much hair. But again, it's all personal preference. You may wanna only have, say, right to the top of the ear disconnected, and then it starts to blend into the back to where it goes short and then longer, and then you do have all the sorts of hair coming in through here. Just keep in mind that, you're gonna have a bunch of hair coming down this way. If you're cool with that, then that's awesome. It really depends on the type of mullet hairstyle that you want, right? Here's another one where it was, this is a monstrosity here, but look how far back this is cut. If we went all the way down here, you would actually be shaving off a lot of the hairline, right? This whole section in through here would be shaved off. And what happens if you go too far back, all this hair in through here is gonna be exposed, and you're gonna lose that hair in through here. So with mullets nowadays, you actually, and I suggest having this hair to be part of the style going down this way. Say for example, like this, okay? This would be actually really, really ideal because all of this hair can come down and give it a nice balanced type of flow. If you go too far back, you run the risk. It's the same thing with the undercut. If it's cut I actually did this in yesterday's video where I made a perfectly balanced area of the hair where to start this connection. It's the same thing with the mullets, right? If you have it too far back, all of this is going to be shaved off, and then every time you cut the mullet, you have to shave this off, but it's going to narrow down the style in the mullet, so you're going to lose a lot of that hair. So my opinion is, find the natural disc, the area where it splits, right? The division point, which separates the front from the back. Just bring it down, push the hair up. It works best on dry hair. Chances are you're going to find a spot that is literally right here, okay, like right behind the ear slightly. So you're going to be able to cut all this off and then work this in. Now there's obviously ways that you can do the mullet, okay? You can have it really, really short and then blend in and feather into the length, right? So it's like shorter to longer and it all feathers down and, gets fairly extreme. That's one way. There's so many ways you can do the modern type of mullets, and I have so many videos on my channel. Just search the Salon Guy mullet on YouTube here and you'll see them. But please let me know if you found this video helpful. All these little tips and tricks are very useful when it comes to cutting, because one little slip up, right? Like for example, this in the undercut video I did, if you go too high up, look at all that hair that's gone, when you should have gone only this far up, okay? So all these little tips are very helpful. Let me know in the comments below. Do you cut your own mullet yourself? Are you wearing a mullet? Like, have you had any bad experiences trying this from other people cutting your hair? I'd love to know in the comments below. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.